Intermittent fasting. What is it and what does it mean for weight loss?
And can we do it?
Keep watching. Hey guys, it's Josh.
Is that?
And this is the Go and Keep Going YouTube channel. We're an accountability channel for fitness and for weight loss. Both of us are on a path for losing weight, and we're trying to do healthy lifestyle changes. And we want you guys to come along with us. So if you're new to the channel, please feel free to subscribe, comment, and like the page, and look at our other videos, and give us some comments and let us know how you're doing with your healthy lifestyle changes as well.
Yeah.
So intermittent fasting, if you guys are like us and you've been doing research on weight loss and trying to do what you can to become fitter and lose weight and be healthier, I'm sure you've come across the term intermittent fasting. What is it and what does it mean? So essentially research, there is page after page after page talking about intermittent fasting. If you do a Google search or just look online, talking about what it means. And essentially it means a certain period of time during the day, you're allowing yourself to eat. And the rest of the time, you're not eating. You're depriving your body of calorie intake. So one of the most common ones is called the 16-8 fasting diet, which pretty much means for 16 hours of the day, you do not eat. But during that 8-hour window, you are eating. And theoretically, you're allowed to eat whatever you want to in that period of eating because you're fasting for the rest of the 16. However, what we're going to try is called what?
Warrior diet.
It's called the warrior diet. Now this is something that he knows more about, so I'm gonna let him explain it.
So the warrior diet is similar, just a little bit more extreme, really. It's 20 hours of fasting and 4 hours of eating. And again, just like the other 16-8, in that 4-hour time period, you're technically allowed to eat whatever you want, but it's highly suggested to eat leaner. Eat less carbs, eat as much protein as you can. Eat like you would if you're on a normal diet, but just eat a lot more of that in the 4-hour window. So we're gonna try this.
Yeah, the same stuff. I mean, pretty much the same decisions we've been making previously, since we started the channel, making better decisions. But for the first couple days, we're really gonna be, what we're calling phasing out different types of foods. So ultimately, we're gonna try to attempt the 20 hours of fasting and then the 4-hour window, which I think we're saying is we're gonna do 4 to 8 p.m.
Yeah.
So I think we'll do 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. is when we'll eat our normal meals. However, there is one catch to this particular fasting diet that we've looked into. So it's, recommended that you fast because fasting is depriving yourself of calorie intake. But on this particular diet, during the 20 hours of fasting, if you feel like you're getting sick or you feel like you just absolutely need to eat something,
You're gonna die.
right? And obviously we don't want.
Yeah.
You are allowed to eat certain fruits, so fruits with a lower calorie intake and lower natural sugars. And then you can also have vegetables, right? So like roasted vegetables and raw vegetables. Raw, so just raw.
So no roasted. I did look that up, and they suggest raw. So fruits, it's actually kind of surprising to me because when you think of fruits, you just think of apples, bananas, oranges, things like that, the normal fruits. Well, this is actually saying strawberries, peaches, honeydew, and cantaloupe. Those are the lowest calorie fruits that you can have, and they're also low on sugar. Surprising. Bananas and apples are not on that list. They're a little higher up on the lists, which personally, I'm inclined to have a banana. Ever since I've been working out, bananas are my go-to.
Most likely during this diet, I will probably steer clear of the fruits. I'm not a big fruit person. I love vegetables, but I'm not a big fruit person. So that's the fruit list.
Now the vegetables, which you'll quite enjoy,
yeah, I'm cool with that,
is a larger list. It's cucumbers, spinach, Brussels sprouts, bell peppers, cauliflower, celery, asparagus, zucchini, tomato, and lettuce. As you know, I'm not a fan of vegetables, specifically cauliflower and asparagus, but
I like vegetables. I just don't see how you're going to eat a Brussels sprout raw. I just don't see how that's going to happen. I just want to say, all right, either way. All right, so that's our vegetables. So what we got for proteins?
So proteins, obviously, you can probably guess it. We're going to do chicken, steak, fish, and turkey.
And then obviously when you're doing steak, you want to try to, you're going to try to choose the leanest cuts as you possibly can.
Right.
Try to reduce the fat as much as you possibly can.
Trying to be healthy.
Correct. Yeah, try to cut out the fat as much as you can, for sure. I mean, I'm partial to chicken, so I'll probably do more chicken, than anything.
Yeah, and I'm actually getting used to turkey. I've been doing a lot more ground turkey, lean ground turkey. I'm really not noticing the difference between that and the beef.
Yeah.
I know you said you like the beef.
I do like ground beef. I do like ground beef.
But it's not bad. I guess I'm just adjusting to it.
Right.
So then carbs and other foods. foods that we are allowed to have. This is really based on what we feel like we're going to be able to do.
Right.
It's going to be quinoa, wheat pasta, wheat bread, oats, brown rice, low-fat yogurt, low-fat milk, vinegar dressing, nuts, and low-fat cheese.
And
pretty basic.
It's the normal stuff. I mean, when you talk about it, you're trying to eat, there's good carbs, and that's kind of what all this is going on with. Now, me, if you guys have been watching our previous videos, you know that I've been trying to steer clear of bread completely. And at this point, I'm pretty invested. At this point, I think it's kind of turned into a point of pride for me that I've really done. Now, however, it was just Christmas, so I did have a bit of bread. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But I did have a little bread on Christmas. So what we're going to do is I'm probably just going to stick with the wheat pasta. I don't have a lot of oats. I'm really going to have to look into how to consume oats.
Yeah, I was kind of going through that the other day. Remember we made those oat pancakes.
Right,
and
yeah.
you can do that with all sorts of different fruits or whatever you want. And not just that, but I have oats with just cinnamon. It's good, yeah. I mean, it's not bad. It's something I can handle,
yeah.
And it fills my stomach.
All right, guys, if that food list is something that looks good to you guys and you decide to follow us on this journey, please let us know. If there's something you don't like, if you swapped out something else and it worked for you, please let us know. Yes. So we're going to be doing this we're going to try to
3 weeks.
Yeah, we're going to try to make it 3 weeks. But don't worry. Mondays are still going to be the same. So as you guys all know, every Monday we do a weigh-in, and we always judge what our weight has changed through the week. Obviously, this coming Monday we're going to do another weigh-in, and that Monday will most likely be the day that we start the actual fasting process.
Yeah.
And also we're going to be individually recording little videos about how we're feeling, if our body starts to kind of reject some things that we're doing. Fasting, one of the things that I looked into is apparently it's supposed to increase your energy, which is something that I've always looked forward to. I get drowsy very easily during the day. I start to crash about midday, which I absolutely can't stand. So we're going to keep track with that and see how we feel. So just keep a lookout for that. We're going to be posting videos about how we feel as we go.
And I just want to do a brief disclaimer. I hate the way these sayings are, but listen to your body when you're doing this. If you decide to do this, listen to your body. If you're like, oh, I feel like my stomach's turning inside out, and then you're like, but I can do this. Don't push yourself too much.
Correct.
We're pushing ourselves to understand the diet and to see if it's beneficial to us.
Right.
So
everybody's different.
Right. And after 7 days, we're going to review how we've done and how we feel. If we feel like this diet is just failing us and we felt miserable for 7 days straight, there's been no sign of hope, we might reconsider this.
And we'll let you guys know. That's the point of it. When we call this an accountability YouTube channel, that's what it is. We're holding ourselves accountable, and we want you guys to hold us accountable as well.
We're all learning and growing together.
Correct. We're all beginners. We're all novices, and we want to do this together.
Yep.
So that being said, we are going to start to do the updates, so I want you guys to keep looking for that. And we're going to start ending the show every week with just some kind of motivation for you guys, because we all need motivation. I need it. I look it up online. I need this guy to tell me some stuff. And one of the things I thought about that I thought was pretty motivational to me is, especially we just left the holidays, right? It's very difficult, especially if you're trying to eat healthier and stuff. I mean, you're going to walk into Christmas with your family and there's going to be cakes and pies and candy and turkey and all this stuffing and stuff that you're typically, you're trying to avoid. So you go crazy on Christmas. You might go crazy the day after Christmas. I did. Does that mean that you have to continue going crazy, or can you go back to your healthy choices again? You can 100% go back to your healthy choices. Just because you fall off once or twice doesn't mean that you've messed up the whole process.
Right.
Your body is an amazing thing, and and it just knows what it's looking forward to. I mean, even me, I've been eating, kind of not that well over Christmas, and my stomach's kind of been like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
So it's been really easy for me to kind of get back on the wagon and start to do the healthy changes. So if you do happen to fall off and make some mistakes with your diet and with your eating, don't let that get you down.
Right.
You can keep going.
It's just a conscious effort. That's all it is.
That's right. That's right. So there it is. So that's our next challenge. That's what we're going to do. Over the next couple of days, we're going to be phasing out different foods, and then we're going to start the dieting on Monday, and we'll have another video for you guys on Monday with the weigh-in. As always, guys, we're going to update the weights down in the description underneath the video. I try to update that every time we do a weigh-in, so you guys can go back since we started the videos and see where we started and where we are now. Also, I do want to mention again, please subscribe, comment, and like the videos. And please let us know if you have any questions, or if you're doing this with us, please keep us updated. We genuinely are interested.
Give
we want
us
to know
advice.
how you're doing. Sure, we take all the advice that we can get. But I think that's it for this week.
Yep.
I'm Josh.
I'm Zach.
And we're going to keep going.
Thanks.
Thanks, guys.